John Shott with Probation Services.
And Sue Christner, Deputy Director, Juvenile Unit, Lebanon County Probation Services.
Good morning, Commissioners, everyone. We're here this morning to request your authorization to submit our Juvenile Grant and Aid application and agreement to the Juvenile Court Judges Commission for fiscal year 2019-2020. This is an application in the amount of $193,314, which is the maximum amount that Lebanon County is eligible to apply for under the Commission guidelines, and it's also the same amount we received during the previous fiscal year. The grant and aid budgets must appropriate at least 90% of funding for personnel salaries, with the remaining 10% for operating costs. And the budget that we have put together, that our Director Sally Barry and Sue have put together, clearly stays within those parameters. And also the Juvenile Court Judges Commission mandates that any county applying for and receiving grant and aid funding must submit and demonstrate compliance with the Juvenile Justice System Enhancement Strategy Implementation Plans. It says a lot there, this. And that mandate's part of a 2012 law enacted by the state to analyze the effectiveness of programs and practices for juvenile offenders. And our Probation Services Office does have such a plan in place. And one of the key elements of that plan is use of the Youth Level of Service, which is a risk assessment tool to determine the appropriate level of supervision for juvenile offenders. So we're very confident that Probation Services will be able to demonstrate continued adherence to what we think is a very proactive plan, and certainly make the case to the Commonwealth that this county does merit grant and aid funding for the current fiscal year.
Good. Sue?
No, I can just add that our Juvenile Justice System Enhancement Strategy Implementation Plan, which is quite a lengthy document, was submitted to the Juvenile Court Judges Commission and approved. So we have demonstrated that we are both in compliance and proactive with the direction of the Juvenile Court Judges Commission's strategy for the state of Pennsylvania.
Seek a motion?
I'll make a motion that they apply for the grant as requested.
And I'll second that motion.
It's been moved in second, and I'll just add, John, thank you. I'm glad you enjoy doing these things, because they would make anybody else
pull their hair out. Oh.
But we do get our fair share of the tax money that goes into these things, and we appreciate all that. And we need the good work behind it to qualify, but we certainly appreciate all the work that goes into getting these things. Any additional comment or question?
I'd just like to say thank you both for all your hard work.
Thank you.
Not all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Or same sign, so moved. Good luck.
Thank you.
I'll look at your signature page.
Great.
Thank you.